Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Amy Yvan and I am back with January's What's in My Boxycharm. I am so excited about this box because I did not see any spoilers for it, because you know how I complain about that. Every month I end up seeing some type of spoiler, just about every month. One is foundation and brows, because whenever I get the box I open it up and take a peek what's in it, and I saw what I needed to have on my face so I can do a try on, and we are going to get started. So this month's box is called Breaking the Ice. Okay, and the first product we're going to take out of here and use is from Pretty Vulgar Cosmetics. It is the Undercover Concealer. It says it's a lightweight gel serum concealer formulated to be hydrating, buildable, and provide medium coverage with a natural flawless finish. Infused with vitamin E and what? Galactarabian. Okay, I can read, but this word has like every letter in the alphabet in it, which is a really long word. So yeah, never heard of it. To keep skin moisturized and rejuvenate and improve the skin's appearance, the angled doe foot applicator is easy to use. Precise applies a velvety soft formula to visibly brighten and something another about complexion, long wearing. This retails for $25. That's a lot. It looks really light for my skin. So this is what it looks like. It's a doe foot applicator, like it said. And do a swatch of it. Okay, so that looks actually full coverage. It says it was medium coverage. Let's see, I should have did it right here to test. Let's get it. Okay, I guess once you blend it out, it is pretty like medium coverage. If I put it over that, kind of covers a little bit, but doesn't really cover it. But let's see. Let's see if this is too light for me. This also looks maybe a bit cool for my skin tone, because I'm very warm toned. So I'm going to use this as a eyelid primer and a concealer also. So I'm going to go ahead and take it up onto that part too. The doe foot is like a little like bent backwards. I'm not used to that. It's a little weird. So let's take a little right there, a little dot 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 dot. And I definitely need some on my chin, because no matter what, for some reason, the makeup on my chin comes off. I don't know what it is. It is so infuriating. Every foundation I've ever tried, it just comes off my chin. Like, I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender, start blending this out. And it is dampened. Make sure you always dampen your blender. I don't know why you wouldn't, but apparently a lot of people don't, and I didn't know that that was the case. So this looks really light, but it may work. Okay, so far I don't feel like it's really like creasing any more than anything else I would ever use. I have like natural creases under my eye that I've had since I was a kid. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I have it. So I always have to worry about products settling into those lines, because literally since I was born I have these creases under my eyes. They're just like naturally there, and my children actually have them also. So isn't that lovely? So I always have to be concerned about product settling into those and being very obvious. But as for this, it doesn't really look like it's settling into my natural creases that I have. And it doesn't look like it's creasing on my lid. Well, very little on this one. Very, very, very little. Not enough to complain about at all. So, and I'm going to do what I normally do. I don't typically set my concealer ever. It's like sometimes in the summer, I will say sometimes in the summer, where I live is very hot and humid, and it's sometimes like I do have to add just a touch to like these areas, but I don't ever set my concealer or bake with powder, because I don't feel like it looks good on my skin. It just doesn't work for me. Some people do it and it looks amazing on them. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm probably doing everything wrong. I don't know. So for now, I can't say whether this is worth $25 or not, but it looks pretty good. I mean, it covered the darkness and discoloration I had around my eyes. It did cover the discoloration I have on my chin. It does still look a little red in the light, but I don't know what it is about my chin. Let's just act like I don't have a chin, okay? So the next product that we're gonna try is called Trip for Two Blush and Bronzer Duo. It is from Wander Beauty. It says prepare for the perfect getaway with a trip or two. And it is a soft matte blush and bronzer cheek duo. They blend seamlessly into the skin, deliver a naturally glowing complexion, a buildable warmth and a flush of color with long-wearing sun-kissed duo. Hydrating blend of mango seed butter, sunflower seed to help smooth and brighten, enriched with lotus flower and sea buckthorn extract to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. This retails for $36. So let me take you out just a little bit. So I don't have any kind of contour or bronzer or anything on my face right now. And this is what this looks like. It's in a super tight packaging. Oh, this flipper. You flickin' flipper. There we go. Would not come out. Okay, so this is what the packaging looks like. It's a nice and like textured type of feel to it. It actually feels like a nice little sturdy packaging, and it's cute. Has a little protector. It has a big mirror in it, and it has a little protector on the mirror. You guys know I like doing that. And this is the bronzer. This is the blush. Obviously, this looks hella light for my skin. It looks like it's lighter than my skin color. I don't know if it's going to show up as a bronzer or not, but you don't know until you try it. So I'm going to take a brush I would typically bronze with, which is the BH #1 brush. And I'm going to dip into this product, which honestly just looks like translucent powder on my brush. Let's see. This is in the shade Costa Ray, and the blush shade is in Bellini. It's more pink than a peach shade. So this is bronzing. This is some very light bronzing. I mean, you can see it. If you had a lighter skin tone than I do, this would most definitely show up on you. But this definitely, I'm assuming they have more shades than this. They have to. They have to. But this is definitely from a more light Habba-labba-dabba. This is for more of a fair skin tone. So I feel like I'm having to add a pretty significant amount to really get it to show up. The thing I do like about this bronzer is that it's a super cool bronzer. And it's not warm at all, even though it says to add warmth to your face, yada yada yada. Well, this is a super cool tone bronzer, as you can see. Nothing looks warm about it. But I mean, I'm okay with that because I like using those. I feel like for my personal preference, I would want this. I mean, it's like a nice natural contour. This looks like a contour to me. It doesn't look like a bronzer, to be honest. A bronzer to me, I think this is matte. It looks like it's a pretty matte shade. Yeah, it's matte. So a bronzer usually has some type of shimmer or something illuminating it a little bit because bronzer is supposed to look all sun-kissed and dewy and stuff. A contour is supposed to be cool tone. It's supposed to be matte. And I feel like this is more of a contour than a bronzer, which is fine because I love contours. I love trying different contours, so this isn't a loss or anything to me. But we are going to move on to the blush. I'm just going to use my blush brush, which is the Luxie 516 Duo Fiber Powder. And we're going to dip into this Peach Bellini. Well, it doesn't say peach, but it says Bellini. And see how we like that. Okay, so it says a naturally glowing complexion. I would say that this blush is probably good for if you're just trying to have a natural look and almost a no makeup kind of look, because it's really subtle. I mean, it's really pretty though. I'm not disappointed in this product at all. And this case feels certainly like it would be good to travel with. So I like that, and I love the color. It's like a blush pink shade, which is really pretty. And it's got this deep purple as a contrasting shade, which I love. It's very cute. And overall, not disappointed in that. I think they performed well. They're not splotchy, patchy, or streaky. They applied very well. It's just a little light for my taste. So the next product I am really excited about because this month's choice, this is what I chose, and I am super glad that I got it because I almost bought this and I'm glad that I didn't because I got it. Well, this is from Ace Beauty. Is it Scarlet Dusk? Okay, this is the Scarlet Dusk palette, and it just looks like this. This is the case that it's in. It's not what the actual palette looks like. This says it features 12 colors that are reminiscent of the beautiful sunrises and sunsets witnessed in various locations around the world. Each color has been carefully milled and pressed to provide the easiest application for the most excellent color payoff. So this retails for $34.99. Let's take it out of its cardboard. And so the front still, it does look like the packaging. And this is what their Grandiose palette looks like also. I guess that's their little signature look. And it comes with a protector, has a nice big mirror, and oh my god, at these freaking colors. This is right up my alley. If you've seen any amount of my videos, this is right up my alley, and you know it because I love color. I love making colorful looks. I love using like out there looks, the colors like this for looks. And I am so like drawn to this orange shade right here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do more than one look with this. I talked about this in another video of mine. I can't remember which one it was, but I talked about how, you know, you really need to do more than one look. Oh, it was with the Elsa palette. I'll link those up there if you want to see it. But so I talked about how, you know, you really need to do more than one tutorial with a palette. A lot of people get a palette, do a tutorial, move on to the next palette next. So I talked about maybe doing like a series using one palette, and I may do something like that. So let's, because I'm definitely going to want to use this on camera. This I'm excited to use. So what we're going to do now is swatch and see, and I'm so hoping these perform well. The Grandiose palette performs really well, so I would be shocked if this didn't work the same or be the same quality as that, but that's not unheard of. It has happened with stuff before. So this is in the shade Sunset Rose, keeping in mind I have that concealer swatch over here somewhere, so don't forget about that, that was pretty. Okay, this is the orange shade, and it's called Crimson. It's like orange red. Oh, okay. I'm really excited to use these. This is called Shade. This is called Nocturnal. So far these feel really nice. This shimmer, those are mattes. The shimmer feels super creamy. This is called Aruba. Very pretty, very soft. This is Hibiscus. Oh, that's very pretty too. Okay. This is called Lotus. Really like how this looks. You can't tell in a swatch, but it's like a mauve shade right here. You guys know how I feel about that color. This is called Bahamas. It's really pretty. This is called Maui. Ooh. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna want to do. This is called Pink Moon, which is another color I was excited to use because it looks like such a pretty pink. The swatch for that one isn't amazing either, but you know what I say, swatches aren't always a good representation of how this is gonna, you know, work. This is called Aurora. I'm gonna do it down here. Why'd I say that weird? Aurora. I feel like I'm saying it weird. So that's a shimmer, that's really pretty. And this one is called Sangria, which I could go for right now. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. Okay, so I think today, for the sake of trying multiple colors, I think I'm gonna stick with these pink and purple tones so I can use a couple of them, because with this I think all I really would want to use with these are maybe these four, maybe that hibiscus shade. I don't know. Oh, what do I want to do? Okay, I'll go with what I first said. I'll do the pink shades. So in saying that, I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This is just my Bogacious smudged brush, and I'm going to take this shade, obviously, Pink Moon, and I'm going to start with that. So far that concealer still isn't really creasing in my lid, which is good. It is a little bit under my eyes, just a little bit. I've had more expensive concealers crease way worse than this. Maybe it's because it's a gel serum type concealer why it's not creasing so much. So we're going to also ram that color under the eye. So there's a good chance I'm going to go all out with this, so don't be surprised. You're like, I'm not surprised. Okay, so with what little bit is left on that brush, I'm just going to go buff my edges out, make sure everything is soft, blended. And for this look, I think I want to take it out just a little bit. I'm going to flare it out just a little. Nothing super crazy, but I say that and then sometimes that changes. So we're going to take this next shade, Bahamas, same brush, and we're going to start putting that all over 2/3 of the lid. I'm leaving that inner corner with nothing on it. Just make sure after you go in, you tap off the excess if you're not using anything to protect your skin. If you already have your foundation done like I do. So I'm just putting a wash of that color on the lid. Not super, super caring about if it's like, you know, perfect, because it's just going to get covered up. This part really with this shade is going to be for some depth. So I am going to worry about the edges though. That's something you should always worry about. Make sure they're blent. And so I'm going to take a, let's take a clean, this is a Sedona Lace EB13 clean blending brush. We are going to make sure with no product, I don't want any more product up here. Just make sure everything's soft. And the next thing I'm going to do is take a more tapered brush. This is my Vasanti contour eyeshadow brush, which looks like this. I'm going to go into, I'm going to tap into, what is this, Nocturnal and Sangria. I'm going to tap into both of those. A little more so the Sangria because I want it to stay a purple tone. And I'm going to add this only to the outer corner. I'm going to keep it dark over here. And on that same little tapered brush, I'm going to carry this under the eye about halfway. A little more than halfway, about 3/4 of the way. Now I am going to take a little bit of that dark shade over, and I'm just going to bring it into my crease just a bit. There we go. And I'm going to go back in with that first blending brush, still has some color on it. I'm going to start working on blending that. Just little circular motions. I'm not trying to move the product around really anywhere, just keeping it where it is, but I want to make sure it's blent. So now we're going to take our finger and go in with this shade Aurora. I am saying that weird. Aurora. Why am I saying it like that? I can't stop. Okay, I'm going to take this shade and I'm going to pop this onto the first, let's actually do it over to the connecting color, but not overlapping that dark color. This is a really pretty color. It's like a perfect mix of pink and purple. So with that same brush, I'm going to make sure the edges of that shade are nice and seamless. I don't want any harsh lines at all. So I'm going to take a BH number 10 pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Maui, which is a pink shimmer. That's like a light pink shimmer. I'm going to press that into the inner corner. And I've showed you guys this before that I like to do from time to time. I'm going to carry this a little ways inward to the eye look and up. It just gives it a little bit of a different look than just highlighting the inner corner. And I'm going to put it onto the first quarter of the bottom lash and top lash line. Alright, we're going to take a blending brush and blend our edges once again. Make sure everything's blended out. Grande Drama Intense Thickening Mascara with castor oil. Now I've seen this brand on some type of advertisement somewhere before, so I've seen this before. It says it is they're designed by the maker of the cult favorite Grande Lash MD Lash Enhancing Serum. It introduces the hottest secret weapon for lashes that command attention. The No Flake Intense Black formula works while you wear it, creating unrivaled thickness through the key ingredient castor oil. This retails for $25. Again, this is right up there with more high-end brand pricing of mascaras that are out there. So let's see. It's black. It doesn't say the shade, but I mean it just says Intense Black formula. The actual packaging is pretty interesting. It's this big, thick metal filling. It's not heavy. It just looks like and feels kind of like it's metal, but it has like this not polished, but scratched up metal appearance. Let's see what the wand looks like. Okay, smells weird. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, this doesn't look like the kind of wand I expect with a thickening mascara. And this wand doesn't really impress me so far. I'm kind of weird and specific about wands. One of my favorite things to try is mascara, and I've tried a lot of mascaras, and this wand just looks a little weird, but I could be surprised. So I have curled my lashes. I'm going to do the process that I always do for mascara, which is curling my lashes in 2 coats of mascara. You can see from the side compared to my natural lashes, which are fairly long to begin with, if you can see how long they are to begin with, and then you can see the difference with the mascara. So it does have a thickening effect. It seems like it has a tiny amount of a lengthening effect. If you can see my other lashes compared to those, they end at about the same length, so it's not super lengthening, but it also doesn't claim to be either. So let's go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so this is that with 2 coats. I'm going to do a little bit of a tilt so you can see how long they look, how thick they look. They do actually look pretty thick. I'm kind of liking this mascara. Okay, so I have just added a nude liner on my waterline, and the Dark Wine lip shade in the Wet n Wild lipstick, the satin finish lipsticks that I reviewed. I'll link that up here if you want to see the review on these lipsticks. I had a set of them that I reviewed. And so for the last product in the box, it is called M Beauty Project Power Up Dual Phase Setting Face Mist. This energizing face mist is the pick-me-up you need to get you through the day and night. Special Bi-Phase formula instantly activates and transforms as you shake it. Get ready to power up. Formulated with our Even Out complex, which evens the look of redness, blotchiness, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and dullness. This retails for $32, which seems like a lot. Let's see. So it says it helps set makeup, energize, revive skin. It filters away dull, tired, and stressed out complexion. You can use it under makeup to prep skin, over makeup to set your look, and throughout the day to refresh tired skin, is what it says. If I take a glance over the ingredients, the first ingredient, water. Don't know what that is. Aloe flower extract, aloe leaf extract, aloe leaf juice, witch hazel, basil, turmeric. Okay, so there's a lot of extracts and oils and fruit oils, seed oils, and what have you in it. There's a lot in here. It's a whole, this whole area is the ingredients, which I don't love having that many ingredients. I mean, that's just me. Sometimes less is better, but I don't know. So let's see how this Okay, so I'm gonna shake it first. Let's see what it says. I'm sure it says to shake and then spray. I don't think it even has directions on it. Okay, so I just, as a person that's used setting spray, I know to shake it and spray. So I'm gonna shake it, and before I spray it on my face, I'm gonna see what this mister. Ooh, that's okay, that's nice. Okay, that smells really weird. It smells super familiar, and I don't know what it smells like food. Okay. Let's see how it looks. Let me get a mirror out, and we're going to see how my skin looks before, and we're going to spritz. I use kind of a lot. Oh my god, it kind of smells like a funeral home. That's, ugh. That's kind of gross. That's like the first smell when I sprayed it. When I sprayed it on my arm, it smelled like food or like seasoning. And when I sprayed it on my face, it smelled like a funeral home, like the old stale flower smell in a funeral home. Okay, but the good thing about that is it's quickly gone away and I don't smell it, but I hate funeral homes and I don't want to smell them. So, yeah, it's a weird smell. What I don't love, what I'll be honest with off the bat about this, is that it has fragrance in it and that it has dye to it, because I have really sensitive skin and that really irritates the hell out of my skin. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue using that, but I'm going to try. So based off, there's a couple of wet spots still on my face. For now, I mean, it just kind of looks like, it didn't mattify my face, but it is a little more matte than it was. So it didn't mattify it where it's matte skin, but I feel like it is more than it was. Alright, so this is the finished look. I am so happy with this month's box. So as for now, this setting spray seems totally fine, and it is pretty mattifying in certain areas, but it's not matte. It's not, I wish I could think of the setting spray. Okay, the Ben Nye setting spray, Final Seal, if any of you have ever used that, it's not nearly as mattifying like that. It's just a purely mattifying spray. This still has left some dewiness to my face, but it is more on the matte side. So I feel like in summertime, when it's hotter than literal hell here, because it gets that way, it's going to be probably a really good spray to use, as long as it doesn't break my face out between the fragrance and the dye. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of that. Most things are going to have a minute, but it's just a sensitivity of mine. So as for the eyeshadow, freaking beautiful. I love it. Super pigmented, as you can see. Super pigmented. It's $34 for 12 shades, which I would definitely say is worth the price point. They performed really well. They're really nice quality. They are not patchy or anything like that. The mascara is surprisingly good. When I looked at that wand, I was like, ugh, the wand doesn't look very good. But it is actually quite thick. I mean, and I really like how dark black it is. If you've watched any of my videos, you know, between eyeliner, liquid liner, liner for your waterline, mascara, if I'm going to use black eyeshadow, if I'm going to use black anything, I want it to be black, 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 black. The blackest that there is. That's what I want, okay? I don't want no gray anything. I don't want no light black. I want it to be black as it can be. And everything I used performed really well. This was such a good box. I'm so happy that this was such a good box. And I'm also double happy because it didn't get spoiled for me. And it's like, I'm super happy about that. And I know you're probably thinking, well, don't be in a situation where there is a spoiler. Well, the thing that happens is I follow Boxycharm for other reasons, and they, in the beginning of the month, will post spoilers of that month's box. So I try to avoid Instagram until I get my box, but I still try to post my pictures of my looks onto there, you know what I mean? So I try to just do it without even looking at my home feed, you know what I mean? So the first, like, week plus, I'm not super on Instagram besides posting stuff because I don't want to see it, okay? I don't want to see it. So with this, I know I said a couple of things about this, but that was purely in regard to my skin tone and my own personal preference, but it's a really good product. It worked really well. It's really soft. It's really natural looking. And after looking at it with my face all together, I actually really, really like it. And I might like this more of a natural look. I don't know. I'm going to keep using everything that I'm using, but I'm definitely going to keep using this. And I'm going to do more tutorials with that palette so that I can show the versatility of it, so I can use those beautiful orangey kind of shades. And just so if you have that palette, you have the opportunity to use something that you have more, and if you need inspiration, you'll be able to come and get it from somebody that's using it. So before we go, I'm going to bring you in and let you see how the eyeshadow and the mascara actually look up close. And you can see just how pigmented and, you know, just super pretty the eyeshadow is. And the mascara, you can see, let me tilt my eye a certain way. You can see it really is really thickening. I'm very surprised at how thickening that is. And if I feel it, okay, it's starting to get dry. It is taking a couple of minutes to get dry, so be aware of that when opening your eyes big or blinking or sneezing. Oh my god, nothing pisses me off more than when you sneeze after you put your mascara on and it gives you raccoon eyes everywhere. So this is taking a little bit of time to dry, but that's okay because it's working super good. But yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised with all these products. But that's the end of this look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. I post every Tuesday and Thursday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!